y'all, they made 8 out of the 10 threes in the first quarter. What do you feel like changed defensively? Like, how do you defend a team that is hot from three and change the game that way?
I mean, usually teams that start out that way don't finish that way. At some point, they're gonna miss shots. And it's early in the game. I expected us to rally, find, after a team, get off to a hot start like that. Of course, the emphasis is to run them off the line and be more aggressive on the perimeter, and I thought we did that, which we saw, the game changed at that point.
How would you describe the growth of this team, even especially over the last 2 games where you've had comebacks, you've had the clutch with time wins, but really it's been 10 games, 7-3 of the last 10 games. Like, how would you describe the development of this team in that time?
I mean, honestly, we've had some good wins through this stretch. We've been battle tested in the wins and losses, and I think we're in a good place. We're starting to figure it out, just how to win. We haven't figured out how to play 48 at a high level, but we're figuring out how to win, and I think that's the most important part about it.
Okay, what was it like to beat this team finally after 8 guys?
Yeah, no, I mean, any win, you take any win, but this is one team that definitely has our numbers, and yeah, I mean, it was a sigh of relief. We talked about it after the game, and we finally beat them. It's one game, and it's no significance other than beating a team that's been giving it to us for the past 2 years. So this was a great win.
There's obviously no stopping Jokic, but Zoo did a pretty good job bothering him tonight. He's done that in the past where Jokic is not having quite his same efficient shooting nights against Zoo. What do you think that Zoo's been able to do well against him, and what do you think he did well against him tonight?
I thought Zoo just did a great job of just keeping the body on. Jokic is so good at creating shots and being uncanny with those shots. And I thought Zoo just did a great job of being in position to not give him easy looks at the rim. A lot of his shots were, the floaters, and none of them were really easy layups. And I thought that was a big difference in the success Zoo had tonight.
You played with the second unit quite a bit, especially to begin those second quarters. They had a great night. They were instrumental in the turnaround in the second quarter, helping you guys reestablish the lead in the fourth quarter. Like, what do you feel like was different tonight about them compared to previous games where they were finding their way?
Yeah, just energy. I think Russ sets the tone with that energy that he brings. I thought he kept a lot of possessions alive. He had big rebounds, big putbacks. Norm was great in transition. Daniel hit big threes. I thought we just had a great energy with that group. We got stops and we converted, and I thought that was, a big turn in this game, that we got some energy involved, and we were able to get some easy baskets.
There's been so many times where you guys were about to go back to 500. You finally got that hump over today. Like, how good did that feel, on top of just beating Denver in general, that you were able to kind of close that out on you?
Yeah, I mean, it felt good. We're 500. We can look ahead, look forward into the next game, and now for the first time, we've been above 500. I think we were 3-1 at one point.
Yeah. Since the trade, I guess.
Yeah. So I guess we can look ahead and finally try to get back on the winning side. And at some point we just got to get some consistency and go on a run on the positive side.
When you're a quarter of the way through your schedule, it's kind of time to start revealing who they really are, their true selves. Like, what's your take on what the real version of this team is, what it can be? Have we even seen it yet?
I don't think we've seen it. We haven't been consistent enough to say the team that we are. But as I said before, we're figuring out ways to win. It don't always look pretty for a full 48 minutes. But we found some success of finishing games out. And I think that's the silver lining of it all, is a team that's learning how to win when it matters.
Ty felt like this team had the most growth on the offensive end, just still to show the growth. See, I think you guys are trending upward quite a bit from here. I don't know if you agree with that, but if you look at the offense, like where do you think you guys will grow the most over the next 20, 40, 60 games?
Well, I think our turnovers have been down. That's been a huge improvement, and if we can continue to do that with how much star power we have, give ourselves more opportunities, more possessions, that's first and foremost. But I think if we can just get to sharing the ball, getting quality looks, and figuring out how to just have motion within our offense, opposed to just standing around watching one another operate, give one another space, room. I think that's the growth for us, because again, we got so many great offensive weapons that we can't let teams off the hook by just standing around and letting them load up on each individual. So I think that's the next phase of our evolution.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you, PG.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You get to see GTA 6?
Let's get ready for Hoop Jab.